Hello all. In today's session, we are going to discuss what are the types of SQL commands. SQL commands are categorized into different types based on their functionality. In daily operations, we will be using 80 to 90% these SQL commands in our daily routine work. Below are the operations performed by SQL commands. We can create, modify, and drop on DB objects, perform ingesting and manipulating the data inside the table. We can control the access operations on DB objects. Whenever we want to store the data permanently or some at specified intervals, if we want to roll back the data, we can do that operation. Finally, we can retrieve the records, and also we can apply the filter conditions, and we can perform other group by and other operations as well. We have different types of SQL commands: DDL, DML. DDL stands for data definition language, DML is data manipulation language, TCL is transaction control language, DCL data control language, DRL data retrieval language. So the first one is like a data definition language. It is going to define the structure of the object. It can be like a table, procedure, index, any kind of structure. If we want to define, then we will be using all these commands. It is create, alter, rename, truncate, and drop. Create command will create a table. Alter command will alter the table and also columns. Rename command will rename the structure of the object, or like tables or procedures or database names. Truncate will truncate the data inside the table. Drop will drop the structure and the data. Moving to next, DML, data manipulation language. We have insert, update, delete, merge. Whenever we want to perform any loading in the data or updating in the data, deleting the data inside a table, then we are going to use DML operations. Merge is a different concept. It is a combination of upsert. What is upsert? Updating and inserting a data. When the data is matched, it is going to update. When the data is not matched, it is going to insert. That is the concept of merge. We'll see all these in upcoming sessions practically. Commit, rollback, save point comes under transaction control language. Commit is nothing but at a particular point, if we want to explicitly commit, whenever assume like if you have to do the DML operation, insert, update, delete. So we have to do the commit, then only the data will be stored in the database table permanently. By default in PG admin, the auto commit operation is on. So that is where, like, even if we try to insert the data, automatically that will be get committed. We can see more details on commit, rollback, and save point practically. So rolling back is after certain operations, if we don't want the operation to be performed, we want to roll back, then we will use the command of rollback. Moving to next, data control language. Data control languages are grant and revoke. These are the privileges which we can provide. Granting privileges to the user who is going to execute, or revoking the access from the objects to that particular user. The final is data retrieval language. We have only select. Select is the main to retrieve the data from the database. In this, we have a DDL commands. DDL commands are create, alter, rename, and drop, truncate. Create is the syntax of this. create table name, column data type and the length of the data type, column constraint like primary key, foreign key, unique key, any kind of a constraints we can use here. Similarly, there is other option to define the constraints primary key and foreign key at the end of the structure. This is the alter table name syntax. Here we have a class and also like column name and data type. These are the class types. So alter is a command which if you want to alter any table name or rename the table name, or if you want to modify any table name or column name, if you want to modify any column data type. So all these operations we can perform using the class types. Generally alter and rename both will be clubbed and in the PostgreSQL. We can see this in practically. Moving to next, drop command, drop table name. So if we want to drop any object, database object, we will be using this syntax. Truncate table name. So if we want to delete the data inside the table, then we will be using this truncate command. So what is the difference between drop and truncate? Drop will completely delete the structure of the table and the data of the table. Structure is nothing but whatever the DB constraints we have and whatever other dependencies on the table structure, all will be dropped. When it comes to the truncate command, truncate will delete the data inside the table. The structure will remain same. This is the alter script documentation which will be useful for your daily activities. Let's move on to the next DML, data manipulation language. Under the data manipulation language, we are going to insert, update, delete and merge. These are the 4 operations we have under data manipulation language. For insert, we have a syntax of this: insert into table name, column names, values. So we can insert a multiple values as well in PostgreSQL. Moving to next, it is a update syntax, update table name, set column. So multiple columns we can set the values and we can apply the where condition. Based on this condition, the update script will be update the number of records in the table. Moving to next, delete script, delete syntax, delete from table name, where and the filter condition. This is a merge script syntax, merge into, this is a source table name using target table name, and we are going to do the join here. When matched, then we are going to update the specific number of columns. When not matched, then we are going to insert the data into those particular columns. This is the merge syntax. Don't worry, we will see the practical session in next sessions. Next is the transactional control language. We have commit, rollback and save point. So commit will be the syntax would be wherever the DML operations like insert, update or delete statements, and after all these operations we are going to use a commit. Then the data will be permanently stored in the table. Coming to rollback, the same concept like insert, update and delete. All these operations, if we want to roll back all the data which we don't require, then we will use a rollback command. Save point. Save point is the similar approach like insert, update and delete statements. In between, if we want to create any save point, okay, we can create a save point in between that, and that save point we can call here save point. Moving to next, data control language. We have a grant and revoke. As mentioned, this is a syntax: grant privileges on object to user, revoke privileges on object to user. What are privileges? Privileges would be like select, insert, update, or delete the DML operations, and create, truncate, and if you want to provide access to this user for this particular object. Object can be anything like a table, constraint, procedure, any kind of object, database object. If you want to provide access to this particular user, then we will use a grant. If you want to revoke the privileges from this object to this user, we can use this. These DCL operations, majority it will be using by the DBA team. So we'll see it later. Data retrieval language. We have a select statement. So select statement, we can write select star from table name where condition. Star indicates that all the columns in the table. If we want to retrieve all the columns in the table, we will use a star. Instead of all columns, if we want to retrieve, we want only specific number of columns. We will mention the column names. Select column names from table where filter condition. We can see all these SQL commands practically in the next session. Thanks. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.